ዛሬ ከአምልኮ በኋላ የልጃችንን የርብቃ ግሩምን መጽሐፍ እንመርቃለን። ጥቂት ወይተው ደግሞ ቤተሰቡም እነሱም መተው እዚህ እኛን ሰላም ይሉናል። አብረው ከኛ ጋር ጌታን ያመሰግናሉ።
በጌታ የተወደዳችሁ የኢትዮጵያ ክርስቲያኖች ህብረት ቤተክርስቲያን በሎስ አንጀለስ ምዕመናን ቤተሰቦች እንዲሁም በኢንተርኔት መረብ የምትከታተሉ ሁሉ ጸጋና ሰላም ከወደደን ከርሱ ለሁላችንም ይሁን። ልጃችን ርብቃ ለህትመት የበቃ 176 ገጽ መጽሐፍ ጽፋለች። እንዲያው የስሙ ስልጣን ይመሰገን ዘንድ ጌታ ለቤተሰባችን ይህን አደረገልን እንጂ መቼም ቢሆን እዚህ ትደርሳለች ብሎ ያሰበ ማንም አልነበረም። ያው እጃችን ላይ አደል ተወልዳ ያደገችው በእኛ ቤተክርስቲያን በዚሁ ፑልፒት ላይ የዛሬ 13 ዓመት ለጌታ ታልፋ በተሰጠችበት ዕለት አስተር አሳየኸኝ ነበርና ያለበስናት የሙሽራ የሚመስል ነጭ ቡፍ ያለ ልብስ ውስጥ ያገኘናት ባሳር ነው ፈልገን ያው ከሚጢጥነቷ የተነሳ ማለት ነው ቀድማ ነው የተወለደችው። ለዚህም ነበር ሚጣዬ የምንላት። ልጅ ማሳደግ ቀላል አይደለም፣ ሁላችሁም ታውቃላችሁ። በመረቱ ባለጠጋ የሆነው ጌታ ስለደገፈን ቤተክርስቲያንም ባለፉት ዘመናት ከቤተሰባችን ስላልተለየች እጅግ ደስ ይለናል። ጌታ ይባርካችሁ። ልጆቻችን ሲቸገሩ አብረን በጸሎት እንደወደቅን ሁሉ ለወግ ሲበቁ ደግሞ አብሮ ማመስገን መልካም ነው። ዛሬም የቀረብነው ይህንን ለማድረግ ነው። ክብሩ ለጌታ ይሁን። የተለምዶ የሚመስለው ልጅን ለጌታ አሳልፎ መስጠት ላይ ምዕመናን ከወላጆች ጋር ተደርበው ቆመው እጃቸውን ዘርግተው ሕፃናቱን በጸሎት እንደግፋቸዋለን ብለው ቃል ሲገቡ ቀላል አደራ ይመስላል። ነገር ግን ኃላፊነቱ ብዙ ነው። አደራውን የተረዱት ደግሞ ከጸሎት ባሻገር በየሕፃናትና ወጣት አገልግሎት ኃላፊነታቸውን ለመወጣት በቤተ ክርስቲያን አገልግሎት ውስጥ ደፋ ቀና ሲሉ ይስተዋላሉ። ልጆችን የተመለከተ ነገሩም ውስጥ የበኩላቸውን ድርሻ ለመወጣት ጥረት ያደርጋሉ። አብዛኛው ሕዝባችን ምን ያህል የአደራውን ጥልቅነት ተረድቶት ይሆን ብለን ደግሞ እንጠይቃለን። በዚህ አጋጣሚ የጸሎታቸውን ውጤት አብረናቸው ለመካፈል እድል ይሆናል ብለን ለምስጋና እንዲሆን ከልጆቻችን ጋር በየፕሮግራሞቻችን የሚያገለግሉትን አስተማሪዎችና የልጆች አገልጋዮች እንዲሁም በየተራ ተመድበው በበጎ ፈቃደኝነት የሚያገለግሉትን ሁሉ እግዚአብሔር ይባርካችሁ ለማለት እንፈልጋለን። የልፋታችሁ ፍሬ በጌታ ዘንድ አለ። አንዳንዶቹ ከዚህ ቤተክርስቲያን ሙቭ አድርገዋል ወደ ሌላ ስቴት። እግዚአብሔር ይባርካቸው በያሉበት ይሄንንም በሚከታተሉበት እንላችኋለን። ለወላጆች ያለን ማሳሰቢያ ደግሞ በልጆቻችሁ ላይ ከትምህርት ቤት አንዳንድ ጊዜ በሚመጣ ክፉ ዜና ለምሳሌ የእናንተ ልጅ መጽሐፍ ማንበብ ይቸገራል፣ ሂሳብና ቀመራ አይችልም፣ ከሌሎቹ ልጆች በአስተሳሰቡ ወደ ኋላ ቀርቷል፣ እንዲያውም የተለየ ክፍል መግባት አለበት፣ ሌሎቹ ልጆች የደረሱበት እስኪደርስ እና የመሳሰሉትን ነው አይነት ነገር ለልጆቻችን ታስቦ ከሆነ መልካም ነው። አሊያ ግን ለልጆቻችን ወደ ኋላ እንዲቀሩ አላስፈላጊ ምክንያቶች ሊሆኑ ስለሚችሉ እንዲህ ያለ ጉዳይም በረጋ መንፈስ ልጆቻችሁን ወደ ተሻለ የትምህርት ጎዳና ለመምራት ለየት ያለ ጥረት አድርጉ የሚል ጥቆማ ለማድረግ እንፈልጋለን። እንዲሁ በደፈናው የልጆቻችን አስተማሪዎች ሁሉ ጊዜ ትክክል ናቸው ብሎ ደምድሞ እነርሱ ያሉትን ለማድረግ ከመቸኮል ከሌሎች ቤተሰቦችና ከባለሙያ ጋር ተማክሮ የተሻለ ነገር ለልጆቻቸው ለማድረግ ይሞክሩ ነው የምንለው። እንዲህ አይነቱ ጉዳይ እኛን ገጥሞን ስለነበር ነው ልጅቱ ርብቃ ትምህርት አይገባትም በሚል አውድ ለስብሰባ ተጠርተን ከብዙ ንግግር በኋላ ልጅቱ ለካስ ያላትን የተለየ ስጦታ በማየታቸው ጭራሹ ነው እንዲያውም የትምህርት ልቀት ያላቸው ልጆች የሚማሩበት ክፍል ውስጥ በመግባት እድል አግኝታ እንዲያውም ፈጠን ባለመልኩ ትምህርቷን ከሌሎች በላቀ ሁኔታ መከታተል የምትችልበት ሁኔታ ደርሶናል። ስለዚህ ጌታ እናመሰግናለን። ይህ እንግዲህ የዛሬ 4 ዓመት አካባቢ ነው። ውጤቱን ደግሞ ይሄው እንግዲህ እያየንና እየመሰከርን ነው። ልጃችን ርብቃ 6ኛ ክፍል ወደ መጨረሻው አካባቢ ነው። መጽሐፍ ልጽፍ ነው ታሳትሙኝልኛላችሁ ወይ ብላ ዘራፍ ስትል ያው ለሞራል ድጋፍ ያህል አዎ በርቺ አለን። የልጆቻችን ወላጅ ከኛ በፊት እርሱ ራሱ ጌታ እግዚአብሔር ስለሆነ በራሱ መንገድ መርቶ በጥቂት ወራት ውስጥ ጨርሳ ያው ባውራጣቷ በስልክ ላይ ጠቅጠቃ የጨረሰችውን The Storm of Anger የተባለ የ200 ገጽ ድራፍት መጽሐፍ ወይም ግርድፍ ስራ ልጆቻችን የሚያልፉበትን መንፈሳዊ ውጊያ በሳይንሳዊ ልብ መጽሐፍ ለወጣት አንባቢያን በሚሆን ይዘት እንዴት ቁጣና ንዴት የወዳጅ እና የቤተሰብ ግንኙነቶችን ብሎም አገርን ጭምር ሊያጠፋ እንደሚችል መውጫውም በክርስቶስ ብቻ የሚገኝ ፍጹም ይቅርታ እንደሆነ ልብ በሚሰርቅና በሚያንጠለጥል መጽሐፍ አድርጋ አቅርባልናለች። ያበሪ መስከረ ወላጆች ይህን ጽሁፍ ለአታሚዎች ብንልከው ነርሱም ታሪኩን ወደነዋል እኛም የህትመትና የስርጭቱን ስራ እንሰራለን ብለው ውል ተገባብተን ስራው ተጀምሮ ከጥቂት ወራት ውስጥ በአለም ዙሪያ በገበያ ላይ እንዲውል ሆነ። መጽሐፉ በአማዞን ባርንስ ኤንድ ኖብል እና የተለያዩ የመጽሐፍ ሻጮች ላይ የሚገኝ ሲሆን በኤሌክትሮኒክ ሚዲያ ደግሞ በአይቲዩን፣ አይቡክ፣ አማዞን ኪንድል እና በኑክ ኢቡክ ለአንባቢያን በተመጣጣኝ ዋጋ አቅርበውታል እና ሃርድ ከቨሩ 31 ብር፣ ሶፍት ከቨሩ 20 ብር፣ ዲጂታል ኮፒዎች ደግሞ በ999 እንዲሁም ደግሞ ቡክ ማርክም ጨምሮ በ1 ብር መጽሐፉን ይግዙና ያንብቡ። ለልጆቹ ለወዳጅ ለዘመዶቹ ያስነብቡ። ልጆቻችን ኢንካሬጅመንት ይሆናል ብለን እናምናለን። ይሄ በጌታ ፍቅር ቤተሰቦች ርብቃ፣ ኢያሱ፣ ግሩምና ትግስት እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን ስለሁሉም።
Jiru, and as you already know, I wrote The Storm of Anger. Thank the Lord. I was practically born in this church. I was first dedicated here according to my parents. I don't remember it though. I was a baby. When I was taught how to read by my mom, I loved it. I still do. Books opened up new worlds and new stories to me. I carried this into kindergarten, but I quickly ran up against reading's companion, writing. Me and writing did not get along nearly as well as reading and I had. Books were my friends, but the pen was my adversary. This continued for a long time, and school was kind of difficult because of this inherent dislike of pen and paper. In the 3rd grade, I got in trouble because I had turned in some writing I had totally abbreviated. After learning about abbreviations. For example, he was a good boy became HWAGB. See the problem? In the same year, my dad was called to the office because my teacher had discovered 10 or so books on my desk and that I was reading during class time. He told me that the assistant principal asked him that, how can she put a student in trouble for reading? I mean, how? So my mom took action. My school was hosting a creative writing contest and she told me that I was going to enter it. I was not happy about it. I imagined that she had to drag me to the table to write. Okay, maybe not drag. She forced me to write, and it was just in 3rd grade. Begrudgingly, I turned it in. And at the award ceremony, a big surprise was waiting for me. Somehow, despite my distaste towards writing, I had actually gotten 3rd place in the whole grade. And this, however, did not really change my stance towards the arts. My 3rd grade teacher had me do a board game on the book we were reading in class, The Trumpet of the Swan, instead of writing all the chapter summaries, because I wouldn't write the chapter summaries. Also, I was in an origami swan making phase, so it kind of worked. Something began to change the next year. In 4th grade, I got an idea for a story, but I didn't want to actually write it. So, but I also really like to draw. My mom had gotten me a notebook to draw in at the beginning of the year. It's kind of ironic, I think. And so instead, I made a graphic novel out of it. It was the first in a trilogy. I finished that one graphic novel by the end of the school year and started the second one, but I just stopped it. I picked it up later, but I didn't want to finish it. Also, my 4th grade year was also when I began getting into a certain video game. It began influencing my ideas, and in 5th grade, I was about to get a big one. My teacher gave us a writing assignment. By now, I had eased out of loathing writing to tolerating it, I think. And we had to write a story in the perspective of a comet or maybe an asteroid. I picked the comet, named it Reginald, and set it in a completely fictional solar system called the Solar Celia system. I have totally forgotten everything else about the story, including how it ends, but one thing stuck with me. Celia. At the same time, I was reading this awesome series by Brian Davis, and it is split into 3 parts in this order: Dragons in Our Midst, Oracles of Fire, and Children of the Barn. It is still my favorite, and it's really inspiring. So much that I began to actually want to write a story just as good as Brian Davis. It was called the Celia Dragon Masters Day and Night, I think. I had a purple spiral notebook, and I began writing and illustrating it. I still like to draw, and I still like to draw. I read it aloud to my 5th grade teacher, Miss Pithy. She really encouraged me with writing. It is because of her and God that I learned to love writing. I never actually finished that book. I don't even know where it is now. But that year, on my own accord this time, I entered the creative writing contest again. My story was set in the Celia Dragon Masters universe. A girl was getting her dragon for the first time. I actually won 2nd place that year. And then I moved on to 6th grade, at the top of the school. Now I had another idea in the Celia universe, but I also completely stripped off the Dragon Masters part. I called this idea The Royal Dragon Chronicles. The first book was titled Alpheus. Now there was a war going on between the Liberators and the enemy, later to be called the Oppression / Alseka. But I was also kind of distracted that year. I was making paper characters to play with my friend. I was constantly coming up with new characters. Most of them I didn't keep in the series. And my dad had told me about that video game I liked so much. It wasn't a good game at all. And I also entered the creative writing contest that year, again, on the day I was supposed to turn the story in. My teacher gave me 3 days to write the story and turn it in. I handed in the final draft into her in 2 days. And I also won the contest in 1st place. After all that writing craziness, I graduated from elementary school. During the summer, my thoughts began straying to that video game I used to like, even though I didn't want them to. Surprise, I got an idea from that too. In June, I put Alpheus aside in the renamed series Celia's Liberators and began to work on that story. I called it The Storm of Anger, and it would be the prequel to Celia's Liberators. I began on Word, but that went too slow. When I got a phone, I eventually used Google Docs to continue it. At school, I ultimately worked on the computers next to my friend Yuli. And finally, in March, I finished it. After a rewrite, about 10 months, and a lot of time sitting in front of a computer or a phone, I completed it. I showed it to my dad, and I wanted to publish it. The rest is history. Christian Faith Publishing saw it, really wanted it, and did the whole process with me and my dad. Editing took much longer than I thought it would. Finally, on November 21st, 2017, it was released onto Amazon. And so that brings us to today. Me standing before you on a podium, giving you this speech about my story of how the Storm of Anger came to be. Now it is the prequel to begin 2 series, Liberators War II, formerly called simply as Liberators, and Against the Deceiver. 176 pages with a pronunciation guide, glossary, colored illustrations, a step-by-step process of my writing process following the storm of anger, and about the author page giving a summary of what I just told you. This is only beginning. The storm of anger begins to divide into 2 series. Liberators War II follows the progression of the Second Liberators War, also known as Liberators War II, the fight between liberators and oppression. Against the Deceiver chronicles the battle between Serafina, along with other characters, against an even more sinister enemy, the Deceiver. The Storm of Anger is a Christian fantasy science fiction book that calls to mind spiritual warfare through anger and how it can be destructive and how to be free from it. I wrote it for teenagers and young adults, but anyone can read it, really. There may be some difficult language, but none of it is bad. You can buy it for your kids on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, iTunes, iBooks, as an ebook, as on RebeccaJiru.com, or in the fellowship hall when I finish. I will be in there signing books and reading a lot of passages from the book for the children. I'll also have a question and answer session in there if you have any to ask. Thank you for all of your support and prayer. I thank you for listening to me.
እና ጎበዝ ናት። እግዚአብሔር ይባርካት አይደለ? ጌታ ይመስገን። ሁለቱም ይንበረከኩና እዚህ እኛ ቆመን እንጸልይላቸዋለን። የተፈራህና የተከበርክ ሕያው አምላካችን እግዚአብሔር ሆይ እናመሰግንሃለን። በእኛ መካከል መልካም ነገር ልታሳየን በተግባር ይህንን ቤተሰብ ምልክት ስላረክ ምስጋና ለስምህ ይሁን። ስለ ልጃችን ስለ ርብቃ እናመሰግንሃለን። ስለ ቤተሰቦቿ፣ ስለ ወንድማችን ግሩምና ስለ እህታችን ትዕግስት፣ ስለ ልጃቸውም ጆሹዋ አንተን እናመሰግናለን። ደግሞም ስለዚህ ትልቅ ቤተሰብ ስለ ቤተ ክርስቲያናችን እጅግ አድርገን እናከብረሃለን። አትችልም አይሆንላትም የተባለችውን በሰው ዘንድ የማይቻል በእግዚአብሔር ዘንድ ይቻላል ተብሎ እንደተጻፈ እግዚአብሔር ሆይ በዚህች ብላቴና ሕይወት ውስጥ አልፈ ያንተን በጎነት የሚያሳይ ደግነትህን በተጨባጭ የሚያመላክት መልካም ሥራ በጎ ሐሳብ በዚህች ብላቴና ውስጥ ስላሳለፍክ እናመሰግንሃለን። እኛ ትልልቅም ሆነን እንኳን ቁጣን እንዴት ማሸነፍ እንዳለብን ለመመለስ የተሰናዳን አይደለንም። ገና በብላቴንነቷ ቁጣ መጥፎ ስሜት አገርን የሚያጠፋ ህብረተሰብን የሚበታትን ነገር መሆኑን ተረድታ በቅዱስ መንፈስህ ረድኤት ቁጣን የማሸነፊያ መንገዱ ይቅርታ ፍቅርና ምህረት መሆኑን ለልጆቻችን በሚገባ መንገድ እንድትናገር ጌታ ሆይ እጆቿን ስላንቀሳቀስክ አቤቱ እናመሰግንሃለን። በውስጧ ስላለፍክ እናመሰግንሃለን። አሁንም ጨምረህ እፍ በልባት። ያንተ ረድኤትና በረከት ይብዛላት። ጤንነቷን አብዝተህና አትረፍርፈህ ስጣት፣ ጠብቃት። ለወላጆቿም ትናንት ካደረጉላት እንክብካቤና ፍቅር የበለጠ እንዲያረጉ እንዲያቅፏትም አቅም ስጣቸው፣ ጉልበት ስጣቸው። ካንተ ዘንድ በሚመጣ ጥበብ አድላቸው፣ በረከትህና ረድኤትህን ስጣቸው። አቤቱ እኛም እንደ ትልቅ ቤተሰብ ልናደርግ የሚገባንን እንድናደርግ አግዘን። ልጆቻችንም ታንጸው እንዲገነቡ በዚህ ምሳሌነት ውስጣቸው እንዲሟሟቅ ላንተ አደራ ሰጠናቸው። ስለሰማህን ተመስገን። በኢየሱስ ክርስቶስ በጌታችን ስም አሜን። እግዚአብሔር እናመሰግናለን። ረብቃም አባቷም እንደጋበዙን ከፕሮግራም በኋላ ተገኝተን ደግሞ በተግባር እናደፋፍራለን። ልጆች ያለን ለልጆቻችን ገዝተን ያን መጽሐፍ እንሰጣለን። ልጆች ደግሞ የሌለን ለሌሎች ገዝተን ብናገለግል በጎ ነው።